I want to begin this reflection by reading to you a poem by Rumi, which I think captures some of the wonders and joys and graces of making a retreat. You wake the dead to life, you fountain of grace. You fire in thickets of tangled thought. Today you arrived, beaming with laughter, that swinging key that unlocks prison doors. You are hope's beating heart. You are a doorway to the sun. You are the one I seek and the one who seeks me, beginning and end. You greet need with generous hands. You flood us with spirit, rising from the heart, lifting thought. Rare one, you reveal the pleasure of wisdom and practice. Beyond these, what is there but excuses and deceit? We lust after the afterlife. We stew over trinkets. We stage battles between black and white. Our ears are plugged with twisted delusions. But you carry the cure, the place of meeting, silence, peace. Oh, I'm in a hurry. Leave the paper. Break the pen. The cupbearer is here, jug in hand. Meet in the land of insight, camped under creation, beauty's, ecstasy's flag. We often think of a retreat as an escape from life, but I would rather think of it differently, not as the escape, but as the reality to which we must return, like returning to the fount of living water to give us new life and refreshment. Many people plan their holidays in advance, thinking of their holy day as taking place maybe for a couple of weeks in the summer. But we need constantly to be able to draw on sacred time. We plan the holiday in advance, but the holy day is today. The monks knew the ancient wisdom of giving each part of the day to God, so that they tasted the height, the breadth, and the depth of God's presence. The coming of the light in the morning, the hope, the struggles of the day, the intensity of noon, the shadows of evening bringing toil to an end, food and refreshment, silence and darkness of the night. But we no longer notice the movements of the sun. We do not see the sky, just the computer screen. We have used the remote and become remote. We who have no time for God have become time's prisoners. We've pulled the curtains on the sun and moon and have closed the windows so that we no longer smell the rain or breathe the air of the changing seasons. We've all been given a treasure beyond all price, yet scarcely do we have the time to notice it. Our place of retreat, our monastery, is here and now. Where we are today, here, the person you are speaking to, the room where you are sitting now, the garden you are walking out into, the street you are walking along, the action you are doing now. This is your prayer. This is your eternity. Eternity is now. In each person there is a longing for a solitude that no human intimacy can ever fill. That we are never alone. Let yourself today be plummeted to the depths, and you will find in your heart of hearts the place where no two people are alike, and where God is waiting for you, and where what you never dared hope for springs into life. As I contemplate these things in my own retreats, in my own times of silence, I've begun to discover what are the most important things in all of our lives. to live more prayerfully, to live more holistically, that less is in fact often much, much more, and that in order to discover that we need to slow down, a need to live more gently with myself and with others, a need to live with more space for silence and for solitude, the desire to live more generously with open hands, to live more hospitably, to live with a greater recognition of God in all things. Teach me, my God and King, in all things thee to see. To rediscover a poverty of spirit that grasps not material things, but rediscovers a humility, letting go of ambition and self-interest, and looks to find the spaciousness and the hope, the God at the very center of our lives. And a need to rediscover the gift of peace. The gift of peace even in the midst of struggle. The gift of peace that can even be found in the middle of tension and fear. The gift of peace, which is a gift, a free gift. It is silence and retreat that offers space for our lives. Space. And we need that space because our lives have become too big and complex to be contained or explained by any words. It is in the silence of God that we find a home to all our hopes, our fears, the fragments, the layers, the tangents, the tangles, and the tearings. And in this silence, in this luminous spaciousness, God can hold us and say, "You are mine, all of you. The light, the dark, the shadow, the sun, the rain, the wind, every season, you are mine." The whole rainbow of our lives. We seek to discover the silence of our God at the very center of all that we are, the living center that makes the fullness of our humanity possible. I hope that your retreat movement can continue to provide those sacred places where we can reconnect with those things that really, really matter. And I hope that your own retreat centers are real places to reconnect, places of hospitality, places of welcome, places of generous space. God bless you all.